this is what something I think James Gunn's trying to harp on. It's quality, right? It's not just about continuity. It's putting out good projects that people are going to keep coming back to the theater, keep subscribing to HBO Max. And with the generated excitement from these announcements, they're on the right track here. And when you talk about like a focus on quality and not just having single-handed continuous vision, we do have DC Elseworlds that's coming. That's outside of the DCU. All right, the core DCU, what we can expect from certain characters. We're getting different variants, different worlds, different versions. So, like, for example, the Batman Part 2. We got a title, Ricky Flicks. I called it, bro. We got a title for the Batman Part 2. Hopefully that sticks because I think it's kind of a perfect title. I saw Matt Reeves tweeting about it, and he was quote tweeting some articles and said epic crime saga. When you think of part twos, you got Godfather Part 2. All right, the Batman Part 2. Perfect. I love, right, just a plain title, doesn't reveal anything, but also just gives us chapters within this universe. You assume it's going to end with a part 3. You have James Gunn trusting Matt Reeves' vision, not messing with it, giving empowering directors here, right? You got Todd Phillips' Joker, Folie à Deux, right? Still existing in its own world, not trying to press it, morph it into this vision that James Gunn has. If it's working, right? Don't try and fix it, right? Everything's falling into place there. Let them do their thing. We got Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Superman movie still on the way, right? You can have these Elseworld stories, and I think that it also separates itself from Marvel. And when you empower these directors, they can have their own type of spin on these movies. It's genre filmmaking within superhero movies. I love that. Okay. It gives power to the directors. And while you can still have this continuous story, you still have room for these outside stories that fans like that don't feel pressure to see all these different projects, that don't feel like they have to see like Creature Commandos and the Amanda Waller TV series. They could just say, hey, I'm going to watch the new Batman movie, right? Because that's all I care about. Guess what? You have that with DC, right? Do you think that's an edge that DC has over Marvel now?
The DC Elseworlds is a huge edge. It does, no matter what, like you could be as clear as a blue sky, but with no clouds. But no matter what,
Zero.
there will always be people that don't understand the differences. There always will be. There's more than one Batman, more than one Joker. There will always be people like that. But I think you just make it as clear as possible and you hope for the best. And you do this DC Elseworlds, you do it with major characters, and just no matter what, you're going to get people to see those projects. I think if you go down to like the lesser characters, your non-A-list projects, I think then you'll start to see, oh, maybe this wasn't such a great idea. So as long as they keep it to a strong IP where even when it's by itself, it will generate an audience, then it's going to be successful and be totally different. Like you said, give them an edge versus a Marvel, where you have to see everything. And even us not seeing the Marvels is we're behind in MCU lore. So I think that just helps DC as a studio. And I think that going forward, I'm actually interested because Batman 2, 2025, October, Joker, Folie à Deux, is that next year, 2024?
Yes.
And then
2024.
the Superman movie that you were referring to, I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm assuming there'll be a third Batman trilogy, but then I'm assuming there's not going to be another Joker. So it's like, what other projects are we going to be getting within Elseworlds? I think it's wide open, and I love that. So I think that going further past 2025, there's a huge opportunity in that space for DC.
And I think you're going to get like these directors that are really interested in joining this world rather than Marvel, empowering filmmakers. They don't have to make a movie that is like limited by the script and how it has to fit into a story. You can have an idea and then pitch it. It could be a smaller character, it could be a larger character, but James Gunn could be like, I dig that. Let's go. Let's run with it. Let's have it be one movie, one Elseworld story. And if you want to build in your own little world and on your own 2-chapter, 3-chapter story, guess what? You can do that on DC Elseworlds. It's exactly what Matt Reeves is going to be able to do. It's not inhibiting his vision whatsoever. We were so nervous that we were going to have Robert Pattinson's Batman interacting with a Superman, with a Wonder Woman, when it's just, you know what? That's just not his vibe. That's not his jig. That's not how he rolls.